Hey, and happy Sunday, everybody. Today is Sunday, March the 10th. And if you were one of the thousands of Americans that forgot to set their clocks ahead yesterday, then you're going to be late. But for the rest of you, we are here with chat number, I believe it's 114. I guess I should have checked that before we started. But anyway, I think it's chat number 114. And it is called Set Goals for Success. Hello, April. And if you're watching this live with us, hey, hello. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com/IfYouHaveAnEgg, or search If You Have an Egg. Or if you're watching this later on Facebook, or if you're watching this later from the blog, www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. And if you don't want to do the hi hellos, go ahead and skip over to 10 minutes. But if you do, please give me a shout out and tell me hello, because I would love to say hello back, and hello Renee, and hello Lisa. So yeah, it's March, it's flying through already, and hello my Christy. We're already flying through March, and next Sunday, actually during the live chat, we will be here for mine and John's, it's our 30th, right? He's already quit listening to me. 30th wedding anniversary. Hello Carol Lou, hello Mindy, hello Kim, and hello Popsicle. Yeah, so next Sunday will be our 30th wedding anniversary. Hello Linda from Foggy, New Jersey, and hello Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. We were planning a trip. We were going to go out of town. Hello, Margie, and hello, Marlene. We were going to go out of town for our 30th wedding anniversary, but, you know, our parents have decided to go loco, so we'll be staying here, and we'll be having a chat with you all instead. So, yeah, for St. Patrick's Day. Hello, Lacey. Hello, Janet. Hello, Sylvia. And, yeah, Christy, wow, 30 years? Yeah, I know. I was a baby when we got married. And hello, Angelia from West Knoxville. Yeah, and Angelia gets to come see our new showroom when we're ready. Yeah, because it'll be right down the street from her. And hello, Melissa. And she wants to know if our quiet neighbors are at work. Yeah. And hello, Irma. And hello, Betty. Yeah, so exciting news coming up. Hello, Christina. And hello, Rosie. We are moving. We're moving the granite shop, and we are going to be opening a kitchen center and an event center, and having a creative classroom. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, Pam. And hello, Judy. Oh, thank you, Pam. And hello, Judy. And thank you, Kim. Yeah, I'm so excited. And hello, Lynn. So yeah, all that's coming up really, really fast. And in the middle, and thank you, Sandra, and in the middle of all the drama with our parents. And hello, Carol Lee from Ravenna, Ohio. Oh, it's Carol Lee's first time. It's Carolee. Everybody, welcome, Carol Lee. Hello. So glad that you're here. Yeah, so in the middle of all of this, you know, mayhem with our parents, then we are trying to move. Yeah, and hello, Sherry from West Virginia, and thank you, Rosie, and hello, Mary from Nova Scotia. So anyway, stay tuned for more news, you know, about the move. And those of you who live in, you know, East Tennessee or in Knoxville, or if you're going to be traveling through here, we will not be completely set up and operating. And thank you everyone for the anniversary wishes too. And hello, Tina. We will not be completely set up and operating by the end of the month, but we will be mostly there. So, you know, give us just a little bit more time, you know, before you pop in on me, unless you want to either paint or move stuff or clean stuff, or, you know, whatever. I mean, if you're willing to volunteer or plant plants, because yeah, the outside of it desperately needs some plants planted. Hello, Loretta. So unless you're willing to volunteer and do some work, then yeah, give us just a little bit of time to open before you visit. But I'm super excited about it. Super pumped about it. Casey and I have been in there daydreaming. She actually posted a picture of herself today on Instagram daydreaming, because we were, Alyssa and I were outside wandering around. There's a graveyard out back. So the place that we're moving to is a little chapel. And thank you, Sylvia. It's a little chapel, and quick story, it was a joke driving back and forth looking at the other retail space that I was looking at, you know, that I was like, oh, you know, we could move into the little church, you know, ha ha ha, you know, whatever. And then one day I just couldn't take it anymore, and I called the property manager and asked if, you know, if I could look at it. And when I went in, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally want to be in here. I really want to be in here, because we're making a huge change for the countertop shop, and a huge change, you know, for us, and adding so many, you know, so many things, and especially the creative things. And excuse me, sorry about that. East Tennessee allergies, yeah, because dogwoods are blooming and things are starting to bloom around here, so it's that time of year again. But anyway, so we're super excited about it. Super excited about the creativity. Just a hint for you Knoxville girls, we will have Dax spices. We will have them in Knoxville. So yeah, thumbs up for that. So from now on, you know, after we get all moved in, yeah, Popsicle, we're moving into the church. I mean, we're moving into the church, but we're going to use the, I guess it's the classroom end of it. It is a chapel, Betty. It is a chapel. It is a chapel, but it's a little tiny chapel with, that was built in 1886, I believe, and then it has another building that was added in the 1950s that was added for classroom space and a kitchen and like a fellowship hall, you know, or whatever. Hello, Roberta. And so we're utilizing that space, the add-on space, and you'll just have to wait, you know, until I can show it to you all. And trust me, once we're moved in, we will be doing a live chat from there, just because I'm super excited about it. But anyway, so we'll be using that end for the countertop part, the kitchen center, you know, and all of that. But we will be utilizing the chapel, but that's like phase two. And I'm having to keep myself, you know, like grounded, you know, I've got to get moved in. Hello, Sherry. I've got to get moved in, and we've got to get going and get the countertop, you know, part. We can't have any downtime. You know, we can only have like a couple of days of downtime. So I've got to keep doing that. So I have a Post-it note wall at our current facility, pink Post-it notes for stuff that has to be done this week, yellow Post-it notes for things that have to be done by the 31st, and then blue Post-it notes for Kelly's dreaming, you know, and all glistening-eyed, you know, but has to be, you know, good night, April, but has to, you know, don't want to forget about these things, but have to, you know, keep them on the back burner for phase 2 or 3 or whatever. So, and hello, Kim. And, yeah, and Betty's going to take a vacation and come visit me in the DAX. Yeah, awesome. I would love to have you all. So, and Popsicle. Okay, so I'm not going to get distracted on that, but the chapel isn't being used as a chapel anymore. No, the chaplain corps was in there, and they have, and Kim, maybe. I'll think about it. I'll see how difficult it is to ship DAX to Canada. Maybe I could ship it like a gift, you know, like it's a gift, since I won't be doing it as a business. But anyway, the chapel was used by, it was a church originally in the 1880s, and 1880s, 90s, 1900s, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to get some more history on the building. And then in the most recent years, a group of, sounds like really cool guys, hello, Sylvia from Canada, were in there, and it was called the Chaplain Corps, and they moved recently and sold it to the property developer that we are going to be leasing from. So, and hello, Marlene from Florida. Anyway, you all would totally be able to get me distracted on that for the entire chat. But I'm just saying, we're moving soon, so just do, you know, keep us in your prayers again. A lot of things going on with parents. Thank you all for checking on my dad. Oddly enough, my mom has decided to just be peaches, you know, during this whole thing. They put her back on some medication that makes her bright and sunny and sunshiny. Hello, Barbara from the Crossroads. So she's just been like, I don't know, she's just been peaches or aces or whatever you want to say this week. She's been amazing this week. So, and the graveyard, yes, the graveyard is from the 1800s and 1900s. It is so cool. So Melissa wanted to know about the graveyard. It's from the 1800s and the 1900s. So it is so cool. But Alyssa and I were out there wandering around today, and of course Dusty was in attendance, you know, to make sure that we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. And Casey was up on the deck portion that we'll be able to use as our lunch area. Hello, Kathy. Daydreaming, you know, about what we're going to do. So, and hello, Iowa Kathy. So 2 Kathys back to back. Anyway, I'm super excited about the graveyard. So y'all will see more about that. I'm trying to find out, hello Cece, I'm trying to find out some more history about the church and about the property, and about the graveyard. So I'm planning on doing, hello, Wanda, I'm planning on doing one wall down this long hall, and you all will see it later. And hello, Ohio Kathy. But y'all will see, I promise, we will do many, many, many of these from there. But we will, I'm trying to do a wall of history. Hello, Sandra. A wall of history of the church and of the graveyard and of the chapel, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so back to us, though. Again, thank you for your patience, continued patience, because we have 21 days to get everything torn down, moved, set back up. And Sylvia says she's happy I'm not freaked out to be beside a cemetery. It is the coolest. It's the coolest because it's so old. And I can't wait to get out there and look at all of the headstones and get some more, you know, information about them. But anyway, we have 21 days to get everything torn down, set back up, new cabinets, new countertops. Of course, you know, of course, I want to make all new things before we go in there and get everything all set up. Hello, Claudie, and then get everything moved. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your prayers. Again, if anybody's in town and wants to help, you know, we'll take some help. Is this help, Sylvia? if that's help, we'll take some. But anyway, and it's going to cost quite a bit of money. So I am not asking you all to send me money, but the ways that you can help the most with, with deferring, some of the expenses. And again, do not send me money. Thank you, but don't send cash. But the best ways that you can help, if you all are, I'm sorry, Loretta said, it's not the dead ones that bother you. It's the living ones that bother you. Sometimes that's true, but anyway. So the best ways that you all can help without sending money, hello Kathy, another Kathy, is to watch a YouTube video all the way through, including the ads. If you see an affiliate sponsor that you want to buy something from, please, click on it. Don't just click on ads just to be clicking on them though, okay? But that's a good way to help. Sharing the YouTube videos. We do, hello Tatters, we do get a very, very tiny, and I'm talking tiny. Everybody thinks that YouTubers, hello Jeannie from Boston, everybody thinks that YouTubers are wealthy. Okay, so that is so not true. I mean, we get like pennies, and I'm serious, we get pennies, but there are 10,000 people, over 10,000 people in our group, and over 10,000 people on the blog on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, and gosh, there's, what is it, 3,700 or 3,800 people, that are watching us on YouTube. So if everybody watches one video, and you let it go all the way through, and if you see something you want, great, that would be awesome if you, if you purchase it, but don't just click on stuff to click on stuff. But anyway, if everybody watched a video, or if everybody went and checked out www.ifyouhaveanegg.com and shared it with a friend, and hello Lisa, or if and only if you want a t-shirt, again, please do not buy things just to buy things, because I know everybody's money is tight, so don't buy things just to buy things. But if you did want one of the t-shirts, when the ones that are on Spreadshirt, I think Casey, you'll have to confirm this for me, but I think we get like $3 or $4 a t-shirt. I've already blown like, I don't know, probably $15,000 of our $5,000 budget. So yeah, because I'm like over the top. So anyway, that's why I'm looking for free help, and all this other stuff. So, but if you go to Spreadshirt, it's just spreadshirt.com. It's not spreadsheet. It's not like Excel. It's SPREADSHIRT. So spreadshirt.com/IfYouHaveAnEgg. Yeah, so if you wanted a t-shirt, great. Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. So again, we have to come up with some serious dough or get a lot of volunteer work. Okay. So enough about that, and thank you, Sylvia, for the compliment on the shirts. And Tedders, we're actually going to talk a little bit about rest tonight. So getting a teeny tiny bit more rest, since we do have my dad secured into a nursing home now. So, that's a tiny bit more rest. And thank you, Lynn. Okay, so let's talk about some egg stuff. Let's talk about our workshop. So last week I was a little bit discombobulated because we were, again, running in hospital and tests and biopsies and nursing homes and filling out paperwork, and all that kind of stuff. And so last week I had left my weekly, actually in the truck. I had the weekly, but I had left it in the truck. So I didn't have this available to show you all. I do want to show you the recipe that's from last week. Last week it was rustic roasted ratatouille soup. And if Casey's there, she's dying right now because I just said ratatouille. But anyway, this one looked really good. And the recipe for this week, we are going to talk about, and we're not going to make it, but we're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. And while we're still getting everything settled with my dad, I'm not going to be cooking for you all in the lives until we get completely moved over to the new digs, and I continue to get everybody settled, where they're supposed to be. And Sherry's asking if someone can post the link for the t-shirts here, like I guess during the chat. So if Casey's there, or my Christy, if you can find it, or some, one of you all that's technologically savvy, here's what it looks like. So this is what Spreadshirt looks like, and you can see, and this chat is not all about selling. I'm just showing you this, and I want this one so bad. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to go ahead and order it for myself, but it's a black body, like it's a black body. It's a 3/4 length t-shirt, but black with the white sleeves. Can you imagine how slimming that's going to look? So I'm interested in that one. But anyway, so it's Spreadshirt, and I know this is backwards, but it's Spreadshirt It's spreadshirt.com/IfYouHaveAnEgg. Anyway, so that's an awesome way to help us out while we're moving all of this and getting it set up for you. But last week, who attended a physical workshop last week? Give me a thumbs up. So if you sat your bottom in a little chair and listened to your, God, I'm doing it again this week, and you listened to your coach, to your wellness coach. So if you sat your bottom in a chair, I think this is chair, or sit, anyway, and listen to your wellness coach, then give me a thumbs up. Or if you attended here with us last week, give me a heart. Or if you did both, give me a heart. Or like Kim and Lacey are doing thumbs ups and hearts. Yeah, they're doing both. Ooh, and Lynn did both and an extra one Saturday with her sister. And I know Lynn had some fun company. Was it just over the weekend or was it for the week? So Lynn looked like she was having a good time. Aloha, Kathy. So I think we have like, if I'm correct, I think we have like 6 Kathys. I think we have like 6 Kathys. Okay, and Pam said she didn't see that one, but she wants it. So once you get to Spreadshirt, I think you have to click down on, there's like a place to go down, like to click down to expand the selection. But anyway, we'll talk about that later because we're not just here to sell t-shirts tonight. So everybody who attended a physical workshop, who sat in a little chair, or who attended with us here, or both, or did an extra one like Lynn did, here are your, thank you, and thank you, my Christy posted it. She's so smart. Here are your Bravo stickers. So bravo to all of you all. We'll also probably have Bravo stickers and things like that on when Lynn's company was there Friday and Saturday. Yay! And that was a lot of fun. We're also going to have some of the things that we've been talking about having available for you all, like Bravo stickers and things like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll actually be able to do them once we get into the new location, because we'll have a lot more freedom there to do things than where we have been. And Julie says her first workshop was this past Thursday, and she is back officially now. Yay! Good job! Good job! Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so and another Kathy. Hi from Kathy. So yeah, we're up to 6 or 7 Kathys now. So last week we talked about meal timing. So meal timing is everything, and yes, I know it's backwards, but last week we talked about meal timing being everything. So, even if you can't, necessarily plan your meals every day, making sure that you have time for meals every day. If you can create a schedule, like some of you, we were talking a lot about teachers last week, because teachers, even though they get just a very few minutes to eat, usually it's at the same time every single day. So they may only get, 20 minutes to eat their lunch, but it's at the same time every day. So they know that. For me, I have to go ahead and eat my breakfast before I leave to go to work. So for me, that's a planning or a timing thing, is to go ahead and plan my breakfast, is to go ahead and have my breakfast before I leave for work. And that is Monday through Saturday, because I work Monday through Saturday. If I don't do that, it's just, I start hitting the snack box. I go, and Pam has been to the site and ordered a shirt and a mug. Oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you, I appreciate it. I know I need to order some for myself because I don't even have them. And thank you very much, my Christy, thank you very much for posting it to the closed group as well. But I have to do that. So I have to have my breakfast before I leave for work, because if I don't, then I'll forget to eat. Because remember, I think we talked about this last week, I can wait a really long time for some reason after I wake up. Even if I haven't had anything since the night before, I can wait a really long time before I eat again. And if I do that though, then by the time I do go ahead and eat, hello Carla, by the time I do go ahead and eat, I'm berserk, and I'm playing, refrigerator roulette, where I'm looking around and around, what do I want, and hello Tanya, and just grabbing things, and getting things that are way off plan. So, trying to create a schedule, and trying to stick with the schedule. We also talked about, external hunger versus internal hunger. If you're just hungry for something, if you're just saying, gosh, I'm just hungry for something, what am I hungry for? And you're kind of hunting and trying to figure out what it is. Or versus, if you're hungry for I'm so hungry, I want an apple, or I want a banana, or something like that. So a couple of different kinds of hunger. But if you did not get to attend with us last week, I hope that you will go back and watch that. And let's see, we also had, I'm going to look up the name of it. Casey, again, is separating the videos from We have the first one that she's posting every week is start to finish. So it's the entire chat, hour and 6 minutes long. I think last time, hour and 4 minutes long. But that she's separating them. So the second part of that chat, and I hope you will go back and watch them, the second part of the chat was how to use the recipe builder. So even though it doesn't seem like the recipe builder would fit in with your meal planning, and yes, Melissa, okay, so Melissa is saying homework. Okay, so Melissa, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what the homework was. Go ahead and type out what the homework was. Hello, Evie, while I'm explaining the recipe builder real quick. But even though that doesn't seem like, that might be, tied hand in hand, with the meal timing, I really think it is, because if you go ahead and build your recipes, and again, building your recipe, I know, Janice, there's a whole bunch of shirts. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. And I really hate to get distracted on that, even though I'm the one that was talking about it. But I'm trying to think, when you go to that shop, if you click the little 3 line thing, it'll take you, oh no, wait, not that one, because you have to stay in my shop. Hold on a second. Oops. I have accidentally gone out of it now. Anyway, there's a way within my shop to scroll through and see, like it has, so if you have an egg, so you can scroll through here and pick, like, here's women's shirts. So if you touch women's shirts, you can scroll through and see all the different, versions of, of women's shirts. And there's a whole, and then once you click on them, you can pick different colors and things too. So, okay. Anyway, so we were talking about scheduling, and somebody's posting the homework for us, but I really do think that the recipe builder is helpful with that, because if you've already if you've already put your recipe in the recipe builder, or if you've altered something else, or thank you, Cheryl, or if you have you already have that in there, then how much easier is it to go ahead and plan that? So, when we say meal timing is everything, it's important that you decide when you're going to eat. Try to eat on the schedule when you can. Try not to wait too long to eat. So we talked about, oh, you know what? And I didn't get it out here. So if somebody could put up what the things were, for last week. So you were supposed to think, okay, I'm hungry, and then think, what am I hungry for? When was the last time I ate? What am I hungry for, and why? So it was when, what, and why. So it was when was the last time I ate, and if had been within the last couple of hours, what did you eat? Kind of look at that, and then why, do you think that you're hungry? Because it could be, a myriad of things. Anyway, so who did their homework? I didn't really see anybody tag me in the homework this week. But again, I was a little bit distracted with my dad, so I'm not going to say nobody did it, but I did not see anybody post it. I didn't see anybody tag me in it, but anyway, but if you did, so sorry, if I missed you. But for everyone who did their homework, or who was even thinking about doing their homework, or if you went back and made the card that we had made, and I didn't figure out which chat that was from, but the card that we had made from probably last year, and I'll show it to you all again in case you weren't here last week. So the card that we had made probably last year, but this is applicable to what we're talking about. I feel so. Hello, Janice. I feel so. And if it's not hungry, if the word that goes in here is not hungry, then it's not time to eat. If if you're feeling sad, or if you're feeling, something like that, then it's, that is not the time to eat. So, okay. Now then, let's talk about, so anybody that did their homework, bravo. But I talked so much about t-shirts. Let's go ahead and, and Betty said it really helped, especially this week on vacation. Yay! So let's talk about this week. This week, we are talking about setting goals for success. So, oh no, and Kathy had the flu. I'm so sorry. That's rampant back around here again, and they are saying that flu season's not even like at peak. Ugh, that's so sad. But anyway, this week we were talking about setting goals for success. And in the second half of this chat, we're going to dig deep into goal setting. But for the few minutes that we have left on this first portion, where we're going to talk about is how to set a goal. It says in our weekly, and we will be coming back to this recipe again. So this is the recipe from your weekly this week. And hopefully you all either went to a physical workshop and grabbed your weekly, or you downloaded it, because I'm making this, but we're going to talk about that when we get into the second half. But setting goals, you can set a huge goal or you can set a small goal. And the example that I used when in the description for this week's chat was that if you were planning a wedding, you wouldn't just write on a piece of paper, have a wedding, and then expect everything just to fall into place. That would be overwhelming. You would never get it done. You would not end up having a wedding unless your note was have a wedding, and item 2, hello Stacy, and item 2 was turn it over to somebody else, unless you were just going to let them have everything. So if you were planning a wedding, you might want to say, have a wedding. That might be your big picture goal. And then when you break it down, you might list what things you need to have a bride and a groom. So you need to have a goal. If you're the bride, you might need to have a goal for finding a groom. Maybe that's part of it. But there are specific things though, and they're specific to you, but there are specific things that you need to break down. When are you going to have the wedding? Who's it going to be with? Where is it going to be? There's a whole, a whole myriad of little goals that you need to set first before you can get to the big goal of having a wedding. And for some reason, most of us are fairly successful anyway at setting smaller goals to get to our bigger goals with every other facet of our lives other than our weight loss goals. I don't know why that overwhelms us so much, but if you think, if you go into this thinking, your big goal is, I want to lose 50 pounds. 50. I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, so my goal is 50 pounds. But if you don't make if you don't make some little goals to go along the way, then how do you can't measure how you're doing. So if it's just 50 or nothing, then when you lose 1 pound, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20, 25, if you haven't set little goals, you have nothing. You have nothing to celebrate in between today and 50. And we actually talked about this in our workshop this week of things that are numerical, like goal, big goals like that. Maybe instead of setting it as I want to lose 50 pounds, maybe to set the goal as I want to weigh, X amount, so that you can make your mini goals to count down to that weight or to count up, to that weight. I've seen people use little jars, and put like, beads or marbles or something in, for the amount of weight that they want to lose, that they have, and then the amount that they want to lose, and then they move it over each time. But that's a little goal. So, filling up your other jar or watching the marbles move from one jar to another one, that's a little goal. So what they tell us this week in our weekly is you might know where you want to be in a month or a year, running a 5K or 50 pounds lighter. And it's funny, they use 50 pounds as well. Hello, Debbie. 50 pounds lighter, but how do you get there from here? You break your overall outcome goal. So what do you want the outcome to be? So in this example, the outcome is 50 pounds. And in the second half of the chat, the outcome is going to be 50 pounds. So your outcome goal is 50 pounds in that example. You have to break it into smaller behavioral goals that you can achieve, along the way. That keeps you action focused. Okay, so, hey Chris, it keeps you action focused. So your smaller goals, you know what your big goal is. So you know that your outcome goal is the 50 pounds or whatever it is. Oh wait, and Mindy says a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal written down into steps becomes a plan. And I can't see the rest of it. I'll have to see it later. Okay, so the behavioral goals though are action focused. That means you're in the mini goals, you're going to take action. So the 50 pounds overall is not an action goal, because you can't just hack off one of your legs, or you shouldn't do that anyway. You can't just hack off one of your legs, or whatever to lose the 50 pounds. So that's not an action. You have to divide it into the smaller, goals. And that keeps you action focused and lets you measure your progress. So you can see, like I was talking about the marbles in the jar, you can see what your progress is. You're also more likely to reach your goal, any goal. Doesn't matter what it is weight loss related or whatever, if you make it specific. So that's what I'm doing with the Post-it notes for moving the shop. I'm putting specific. Oh, and Judy needs to lose 50, so Judy, stay tuned for the second half of the chat because it's for you. But specific. So I have taken, okay, so our big goal, not weight loss related, but the sanity part of it is, but so my big outcome goal is the current shop needs to be moved to 2 different locations. So move. That's my outcome goal. But the smaller behavioral goals, I've made them very specific, and I've listed them on Post-it notes and color-coded the Post-it notes so that I know which ones have to be done now, which ones have to be done before the end of the month, and which ones are just, don't forget about them because they're things you want to do later. So that makes them specific. And then you have to, so when you do the active, when you make them active, so instead of trying to stop a behavior, like I don't need to say, I need to stop collecting so much mail or collecting so much junk mail or collecting so much stuff on my desk. So one of my active goals instead is that as I open a piece of mail, I have set a tub next to my desk. So as I open mail or get magazines or whatever, I am going ahead, opening them. If I need to do something with it, I'm doing it right then. And if I don't, I'm putting it in the tub, and that tub goes out in our open top dumpster. So that's an action, and it's very specific. It needs to be reasonable for me to say that I'm going to get everything packed and moved, in 2 days or whatever. That's not reasonable. So again, I've set up what has to be done now, what has to be done this week, what has to be done next, before the end of the month, and then what can come after that, so that it's specific and it's reasonable. I know that I can meet each one of those mini goals in my timeline, and try to make it short term. So make your mini goals, your active goals, the behavioral goals, make them short term. So again, did you hear me? Pink is this week, yellow's by the end of the month, blue is for later. So it's short term. So I know the pink ones, I have a short timeline to get them done in, and I'm moving them. Oh, and Angelia says there's a business concept called Ohio, only handle it once for your mail. Good to know. I'm trying to teach myself that. I'm working on that this week. But I'm moving the Post-it notes to another wall so that I can see, oh, I got that one done, that's one down, I got that one down, that's one down, I got that one down, and I can see, am I going to make it, am I not going to make it, and do I need to enlist help? Okay, so my goal during our workshop this week, we set a small goal for this week, and we're going to get into a bigger one when we get into the second part of the chat, which actually should have started 2 minutes ago. But anyway, y'all can hang with me. So my small goal for this week, then they have it broken down into what I'll do, when I'll do it, and where I'll do it, and then with who. So each one of these, we listed a specific thing. So my what I would do is to eat one real food meal, every day, just one. Doesn't mean I have to eat 3 a day, but every day, because I was eating so much hospital food, so much snack food, so much whatever, and it was all so full of salt and everything that I was that was my mini goal for this week, is to eat one real food meal every day. So even if it's just the breakfast that I get up and eat before I leave to go to work or to the hospital, or not the hospital now, but to the nursing home or whatever, at least I will have had one real food meal that didn't come out of a box, that didn't come through a drive-through, that didn't come in a styrofoam clamshell container, whatever, one each day. And then, oh no, Barbara's iPhone died, so she's on her iPad. Good, Barbara, good, you're back. When I'll do it is every day this week. So, sometimes some of these action goals, sometimes 7 days is a little much, but I need to do it every day so that I have real food every day this week, because I have to stay healthy, to be able to help them. Where I'll do it is going to be at home. So it'll either be, again, before I leave, if it's during the weekend, for lunch, and if it's at night, at home. So one of those meals, one meal a day, and it has to be at home, and it has to be real food. And then who, if anyone, if you're going to do it with somebody else, and I put anyone that wants to share. Okay, so that is going to be your homework for this week, is I need you to make a mini goal that is an action goal, so it's something that you can do. So don't say things like eat more 0-point foods. Be specific what you're going to do. I'm going to eat one 0-point food every day, or I'm going to eat, and when. So what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, and then if it's applicable, who you're going to do it with. But we're just going to worry about the what, when, and where right now. And then who, if there's somebody to do it with, that can just be an added bonus. So your homework this week is to pick something, one action goal. And remember, hello Inez, it has to be an action. So it's either to drink water, what you're going to do, drink more water. You can't just say more. I need you to say, I'm going to drink, 30 ounces of water every day, or 24 ounces of water. When? Every day, or 5 days this week, or 3 days this week, or whatever you think is reasonable that you can do, and where. So maybe that's at your desk, or maybe that's before you leave home in the morning, or whatever. But that is your homework for this week. So one small action goal, what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, and if it's applicable, who you're going to do it with. So everybody understands their homework, right? Because we're going to get hot and heavy into goals when we skip over to phase 2. And if y'all don't live in Knoxville, Buddy's Barbecue has some of the best tea. So I got my giant unsweet tea fixed today. And I've been milking it all day long. There's a couple of places that I love their unsweet tea. Okay, so that's your homework. So everybody's got their homework to do. Don't forget to tag me. This week I should be a little more aware, even though I'll be running back and forth, from both locations or between locations, which I'm super excited to show you all. But do your homework and don't forget to tag me, okay? So that is the end of the classroom portion. If you were only here for the workshop or the classroom portion or whatever, if you weren't here for the fluff, then you are dismissed. Oh, Sylvia's granddaughter keeps giving me hearts. Thank you, Sylvia's granddaughter. Thank you very much. You should come and play with my granddaughter. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of the workshop portion. So if you're just here for the workshop, you're dismissed. If you're here for the fluff, give me just a minute. And I have to get my drink so Barbara doesn't fuss at me. Okay, we are back. So this is the fluff portion of chat number 114. And chat number 114 was about setting goals for success. So if you attended the first part of this, and those of you that are still here going, what? We're still talking. But for people who are watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Or, oh, hold on, Virginia made a Lifetime Saturday. Yeah, she's super excited, but she had to ask at weigh-in, so that was a little bit disappointing. I'm sorry, Virginia, but we are super excited for you. We're very happy for you. But anyway, so this is the second part of 114, and if you're still with us here, you're thinking, we're still talking. But if you're watching it later on YouTube, and again, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, then this is the second half of chat number 114 when we were talking about setting goals for success. So what I want to do is start with a big goal and show you how to break it down. So the big goal, we were concentrating on 50 pounds. So 50 pounds seemed to be the theme. 50 pounds seemed to be the theme for, it was in our weekly this week. They were talking about 50 pounds. 50 pounds was my original goal. So let's just think about that for a second. 50 pounds. That's a big number. It's not that it's undoable, it's just a big number. So the first time I joined Weight Watchers, I needed to lose, way back then, I needed to lose about 30 pounds. And 30 pounds seemed huge. It just seemed huge. So I lost 20 pounds, and then I was like, oh, I can't get to 30. There's no way I can get to 30. And so I quit, and I gained it on back. Then time number 2, I needed to lose about 35 pounds. I lost 20. Decided I could never make it to 30. I quit, went back, quit, went back, quit, went back, quit, went back. The last time I quit and went back so many times that the last time that I joined, the last time that Karen and I joined, I had 50 pounds to lose. 50. So I had gone from my 30-ish pounds up, because I kept setting this big goal for myself because I didn't know back then. I didn't have anybody to tell me. We had our meeting. We had our old-fashioned meeting, with Gwen. But I'm going to say, back then, people didn't talk a lot. So people were not sharing a lot. They were not talking a lot. We had no extra support like this. We just, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I only had Karen to talk to. So Judy says, you're talking straight to me. Judy, this is for you. This is for you, Judy. But really, and I hate to say I only had Karen to talk to, but it was just me and Karen. We didn't have anybody else. So we didn't have anybody else to chat with, and we didn't have anybody else to bounce any ideas off of, and we thought we were different. We thought it was just us. So Karen and I were on an island unto our own. You know, we thought everybody else had no issues eating. We thought everybody else had no problems with their husbands running out to Krispy Kreme at midnight and bringing back dozens of donuts to be consumed at midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. But, you know, we thought we were alone. We thought we were the only people who were eating dessert with every meal. We thought we were the only people who were, you know, just the only people. There was no extra support. So, started at 30, going and coming, going and coming, going and coming. Oh, it's Christine's first time. Yay! Everybody tell Christine hello. Hello, Christine. Welcome. We're so happy that you're here. But we kept, you know, going, leaving, going, leaving, going, leaving, going, leaving, going, leaving. And I finally, my 30 pounds turned into 50 pounds. So we're going to stick with a 50-pound theme here. You do not have to have a 50-pound goal. That doesn't have to be your goal, but to just be something that I know, and Barbara, we will be this far. We will be within walking distance of both Krispy Kreme and Duck Donuts when we move. No. No, 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 no. Yeah, I'm not even going to walk over there and get them. But anyway, so we're going to focus on the 50-pound theme right now, and we're going to focus on me, on some of my goals. So once I finally settled on it, and Loretta says if her husband did that to her, that she would hit him with a frying pan. I know. But, you know, but back then I was just like, whatever, I'm not going to get my 30 pounds because I made this huge goal. And I didn't make any little goals because remember, we just had Gwen. Karen and I had Gwen, and then we had each other. We didn't know how to do this. So we are here to learn how to do this. So we're going to start with 50 because that was my original goal. And when I get back to my goal weight, because I'm still about 10 or 11 over. So when I get back to my goal weight, it'll be 50 again. And I've broken it down into smaller things. So, because if I just said, you know, I want to be back at 50 pounds. Okay. That's great. So what are you going to do to get there? So we're going to break it down. Okay. So what I have done is I have made myself 9 action goals. So remember, the outcome goal is to be back at 50 pounds lost for me. Yours can be whatever, just stick with me. And I made 9 smaller behavioral goals that are action goals that will help me to get to that 50. So what I did, because y'all know I like to doodle, you do not have to do this. You can do it however you want to, but I made myself 9 Post-it notes, and yes, I know they're backwards. I can write sometimes backwards for you all, like one word or like a title or whatever, but I couldn't do all of these backwards. So I have 9 of these. So just listen to me and see if this sounds familiar. One of my action goals, the what, is going to be to meal prep. A little bit. Y'all know I am not great at meal prep, so that is going to be one of my action items, is to actually do a little bit of meal prep. When am I going to do it? I'm going to do it on Sunday nights. And where am I going to do it? I'm going to do it at home. So that is one of my goals. So one of my little action goals is what meal prep, when, Sunday nights, and where, at home. So y'all know though that meal prep for me does not mean, if I broke it down even into a smaller action, meal prep for me does not mean that I'm prepping for the entire week. I'm not that person. To meal prep for the entire week is not realistic. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to set myself up for that. So meal prep for me means I'm going to have things ready. Like I bought a little watermelon, so it's already been washed and it's going to be cut and prepped for the week. I got apples. They're being washed and they will be ready to go for the week. I got, I got some other sturdy fruit. So I got some more clementines, and I got some bananas. They're all over here being washed because y'all know how I love to wash my fruit. They're all being washed and prepped, and our dinner for tomorrow night is already prepped, and it is ready to go into the crock pot so that when I get home from tomorrow, when Alyssa and I get back from, or when I drop off Alyssa and I get back from us walking with Karen, then our dinner will be ready. So that is a tiny meal prep for me. So I know some of y'all are master meal preppers and you would prep for the entire week, but break it down into something that's reasonable for you. Okay, number 2 for me, the what is H2O, water, water, water. When 5 days this week. So it's not realistic for me. It's not realistic for me to say that I'm going to do this 7 days a week, because I'm going to have, like tomorrow, I will have Alyssa. I will just have to drink water when I can. So the when is 5 days this week. I want to make sure that I get my water in 5 days this week. And where is going to be at work, because that is where I am most likely to have something with me. I can have, like a, some drink container or something, that I can measure, and I can have that with me. One of the girls at our physical workshop goes ahead and she buys gallon jugs of water because they're like 99 cents. I mean, they're like $1. So they're or maybe like $1.20. So they're no more expensive. They're actually less expensive than buying individual bottles of water. And then she just uses the gallon jug to fill up her cup that she's drinking out of all day long. So she gets in a gallon of water. It costs less than what the bottles did. And then she's only got 1 gallon jug to deal with instead of how many bottles that would be. But so that's my second one, is the water, when, 5 days a week, and where is going to be at work. So if I can get it in at work, I'm going to do that at work. So that way, I have a little mini goal set for work, and I don't have to worry about it. If I get more before and after at home, then I do it. And let's see, Angelia says, to all of you teachers, drink every time the bell rings. Oh, it works. Yeah, sounds like a good one. Okay, then my third one is what to track. When is daily, so that's every day. And where is on my phone. So I know that sounds funny because where has been a place. It's been a physical place. But for me this time, the where doesn't matter. Like where I'm at doesn't matter. But where I am going to track it matters. So I am going to track it on my phone. I always have my phone on me. Always have my phone on me. It doesn't require a pen and paper. If you like to paper track, just keep it on you. But my where is the phone. So what track when daily, and where is my phone? Okay, and then the next one, number 4, the what is to walk. And look, I want to show you all. So since I listed this as a mini goal, we did it. So, it's been a long time since Karen and I got all of our steps in, on a Sunday, just because of all the other drama. But I set this as a mini goal, as a mini action goal. So the what is to walk. When is Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Those are the days that I walk with Karen. If I get extra walking in, again, great. But my mini goal, my mini action goal is to at least get my walking in on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, and then the extra days will just be a bonus. And where is at Karen's, because we walk in her neighborhood or downtown. So that was number 4. And that's reasonable. We can do that, and I have somebody to do that with. Okay, the next one, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next one, the what is try a new recipe, because I have not had a chance to even, investigate anything new, this last 2 weeks with parents. When is on Wednesday, and where is at home. So the new recipe that I'm going to try, and I've already picked it out because, remember, these are action plans. So the new recipe that I'm going to try is the one from our weekly this week. I love pancakes and I love bananas, and this one is a Banana Lovers flourless pancakes, and this is in your weekly from last week. It's 2 medium ripe bananas, which I will already have, 3 large eggs, already have those, vanilla extract, got that, baking powder, have that, cinnamon, got it, nutmeg, don't have it, but I'm okay with that, blueberries, got them in the freezer, and powdered sugar, I've got it. So I have all the ingredients. This sounds like it's going to be super easy. It looks like they're going to be light and airy. So I am trying this on Wednesday. So that is my recipe that I'm trying for Wednesday. And I'm going to try them too. I'm going to make extras and see if they freeze. So I'll let y'all know how that works out. Okay, the next one, number 6, is a blue dot. So hopefully everybody knows what a blue dot is. The blue dots are a little bit different now that we changed to freestyle. So if anybody has any questions about that, let me know, and I'll try to circle back around to what the point ranges are for the blue dots. But the blue dot just means that you have eaten within your healthy range for the day. So if you've tracked, and if you have, and Barbara posted some blue dots. So if you've tracked within your healthy range that day, first of all, I will have tracked, because I can't get a blue dot if I don't track, and it'll be easy to see. So I'll know readily, whether or not I have earned that. So the what is a blue dot. When is 3 days this week. So 3 out of the 7 days this week. I think that's realistic. Tomorrow's probably not going to be that day because I will have Alyssa with me. But I will be able to find 3 days this week that I can earn a blue dot, and the where again is in my tracker. So it's not a physical place because I mean, I could be all kinds of different places while I'm eating, but the what is to earn a blue dot, when is 3 days this week, and where is is on my tracker, and that tracker is going to be is on my phone. And let's see. Okay, and sorry, Pam is buzzing in from our chat to say that she's heard that you have to make these at 2 tablespoon portion size, otherwise they don't work. So are you talking about these, Pam? You're talking about the Banana Lovers flourless pancakes. So it says on here, let me just see what it says. Spoon 2 tablespoons of batter for each pancake. So you're saying, so Pam, I'm just asking, are you saying that you've heard that you have to stick with the 2 tablespoons worth of batter for each pancake, or they don't turn out right? I mean, because look how light and crisp around the edges they are. So that makes sense that you would need to to kind of limit that. No, Pam, it's okay, Pam, because I saw that it was you. That's why I went ahead and checked it. But so is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, okay. So yes. So Pam's saying yes, and that makes sense because they're like, again, they're like crispy around the outside. So that makes sense. Don't get carried away. And like glob out 1/4 of a cup. And 1/8 of a cup is 2 tablespoons. So if you don't want to go with a tablespoon, if you don't want to go 1, 2, you can use 1/8 of a cup to scoop it out, and that would also be 2 tablespoons. Okay, so that was the next one. So the blue dot was the next one, and I hope you all are talking about the blue dots. I hope y'all are talking about that. And oh, and Lynn says if you make them bigger, they are hard to flip. Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, the next one is, oh, what and who asked me about this? Let me think. Who just asked me? Was it Tedders? I think it was Tedders that asked back over in the first part of the chat about me resting. So, Tedders, I had already made this one. So, what is 6 hours of sleep? And I know 6 doesn't sound like very much, but I'm telling you, this last 2 weeks, we've been getting like 4. So 6 hours of sleep in a row. When is 5 nights this week? So I want at least 5 nights this week that I'm getting 6 hours of continuous sleep, which also means that my dad can't get in trouble, so they can't call me, from the nursing home, because they've already had to do that a couple of times. And where is in my bed? And see these little dots with the Z's? Yeah, that's me sleeping. So the what is 6 hours of sleep, continuous, not down for 2, up for 30 minutes, down for 2, whatever, 6 hours in a row. When is 5 nights this week? And then where is in my bed? In my bed, right there. And that's about what I look like. Oh, except I should have drawn, so instead of just drawing me laying in the bed, I should have drawn me laying in the bed with a cockapoo on top of me, because he sleeps, if I'm on my back, he is laying between my legs. Anyway, so, and it's funny because my sleep doctor was like, you really shouldn't sleep with your dog. You would get better rest. You would get better rest, if you didn't sleep with your dog. And I'm like, when he's not here, I don't get good rest, because I'm like, where's the dog? What's going on with the dog? Okay, the next one is what, and it's attend a workshop. When is Tuesday and Sunday, and where is in Powell, because my physical workshop is in Powell, and on Sunday it's here. It is here. So this is a goal. This is a mini goal. This is a mini goal, an action goal that I set for myself a long time ago. Thank you, Tedders. That I set for a long time ago for myself, that Tuesday nights and Sunday nights are mine. Those are mine. So, don't ask me to stay late at work on Tuesday night. Don't ask me to do something else. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody that knows me, my employees, my friends, my family, everybody, they know that unless it's just desperate times or, something's really going on, whatever, that I'm going to carve out Tuesday night. Tuesday night is for me, and then Sunday night, you know, is for me. And Debbie, yeah, I know. So Debbie's saying that when her dad was in hospice, she slept with 2 chairs put together until the family bought her a chaise lounger. Yeah, when he was still at home, he has one big chair that I could lay in like this, like that. And I'm so sorry, Carla. Yeah, so Carla's missing her puppy. But anyway, so it's very important to me. Very important to me. This is one action goal that I do not skip. So Tuesday nights in Powell with Gwen and Karen, and Sunday nights here with you all. So I'm even spending probably next Sunday night my 30th wedding anniversary with you all here next Sunday. So that is an important action goal. And then the last one of my 9, and you all don't have to do 9. It'll make sense here in a second. So the last one of my 9 circles all the way back around to here. So what I had decided on for our physical workshop was that my what was going to be to eat real food. My when is 1 meal every day this week, and where is at my house or the loft. So I wanted to sit down like a human, make real food, and it doesn't have to be fancy, you know. I mean, even if it's just, you know, instant grit. Like this morning I made just in one of those 1 bowl things that I like to make, and those, a couple of the 1 bowls are already on the blog, the www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, and I need to put some more on there, but so this morning, my 1 real meal so far today was I just took a bowl, sprayed it with some nonstick spray, put 1/4 of a cup of egg whites in it, put them in the microwave for a minute, took it out, put some, and I'm just checking the time real quick, put some Jimmy Dean turkey sausage in it that's already frozen. It's like crumbled sausage. I put that in there, and 1 tablespoon of fat-free ricotta. Put it back in the ricotta. Put it back in the microwave for a minute. Took it out, fluffed it all up, and then I took a packet of the Quaker cheese grits, poured them on top of it. Put that over in my Keurig, because I use my Keurig to make my oatmeal or my cheese grits. Got that done, stirred all that up. And I put some candied jalapenos on top of it, which are amazing. But that is real food. It took me like, what is that, 3 minutes to make it? 4 minutes? Maybe it was less than 5 minutes. But that, to me, is real food. That was so much better than anything I could have gotten through a drive-thru, you know, or whatever. And it was 4 points. Let me think. Yeah, it was 4 points. So real food. So that was my, so last one, we're circling back to here. What is eat real food? When is 1 meal every day this week? And where is at my home? Okay, with the little, even though we don't have a chimney, and it was 70 degrees today. 70. Yeah, and it'll be snowing next week. But anyway, with the little dots coming out. Okay, so that was my 9. So why did I break this down into 9? So to say I'm going to lose 50 pounds, whew, that's a big goal. It sounds like a lot. It sounds overwhelming, but each one of these 9, did any of these 9 broken down into an action goal, was that overwhelming for anybody? Or if y'all could do this, if you could do, and these don't have to be your 9, but if you could break it down into these little 9, could you do this? So give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if these were small enough, doable goals. So if you thought any of these or each of these was a, oh gosh, and Loretta said it was 38 there. Yeah, it was 38 here like 3 days ago. But anyway, if any or all, Debbie, it's 90? Oh my gosh. But if any or all of these smaller bites, you know, smaller bites, if they were doable, give me a thumbs up. Yep, give me a thumbs up. And Sylvia, don't jump ahead. You're jumping ahead. But yeah, okay, so give me a thumbs up. So everybody, okay, so people that are watching this later on Facebook, if you're not live with us right now, there are a ton of thumbs ups going and a lot of comments with thumbs ups. Okay, so everybody agrees that these 9 are doable, right? And guess what? These 9, what do they make? They make 50. So these 9 things, these smaller bites, these small little bites that are doable and can be done, those equal 50. So that's going to get me back to my 50. Okay, and I know it's backwards, but hopefully everybody can see this. So did anybody wonder what all of the little, what all the little doodolies were on all of the sticky notes. But so these are my 9. I'm going to keep these where I'm going to keep this where I can see it. As I do, hey Sherry. So as I do, you can go back and watch it. So as I do each of my 9 little things, my 9 little bites, those are all going to add up to 50. Okay, so that's doable, right? Everybody can do that. Yes? Yes? Okay. So, and that was super easy to make. Super easy to make. And Pam's making her list right now. And okay, and so Rosie said you were so creative. Rosie, this is how my brain always is, which is why I had to make the Post-it note wall with my mini goals for work, and that equals move. Hello, Connie. And that equals move, because if I didn't, I would just sit and do doodads all day. So I have all of these Sharpie markers. Oh yeah, and Lynn, yes, I will. I'll post a picture of this. I'll straighten it up a little bit, but let's see, we need to have, see, Melissa says we need to have a storyboard workshop video. We could do that. Or we could have a class in the new building and y'all could do that. But this is the way my brain, the inside of my brain looks all the time, and every single one of these Sharpie markers is in my backpack. So just in case you have to make something cool like this, you know, I can do it, you know, at a moment's notice. And a quick story about the Sharpie markers, when my dad was in the hospital, the same girl that was in the parking garage every single time that I left, her Sharpie marker wasn't working one day, and so the next time when I came around, I have all of these in my backpack. So I gave her a Sharpie marker. Oh my gosh, you would think that I had given, I don't know. It was just a Sharpie marker. But she was just like so excited, and I thought, oh honey, if you just even knew what other colors were in my, you know, backpack. But anyway, so here's my 50. I will take a picture of this, and I will take a picture of this and post it, and it will be, you know, in the correct direction. But that's a great idea to do that. But everybody knows what their homework is. Everybody can do this. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week. Let me see if Dusty wants to talk to us. Dusty, come here, buddy. Oh, he's thinking about it, even though there's no food over here tonight.